A very wonderful good day and a warm welcome to yet another new video. Today with the VW Caddy. Type 2K third generation. We're changing the wheel bearings as the title says, step by step with full details. It's a VW Caddy, January 2014 model year, 75 kilowatts, 1.6 liter diesel engine. Engine code CAYD, confirmed here as stated. By the way, we also replaced the glow plugs on this one, and at the moment we'd like to replace the wheel bearing. Buy links are all down in the video description, all the tools of course too. That's what it looks like. I think you can also get that separately, so you can crimp it yourself pretty easily at home. I think so, yeah, and all the screws are included too. And yeah, I hope the whole thing comes off cleanly. And it's not super tight, but we'll pretty soon see how it all turns out. I'd say, come on now then, let's go.
Hi, quick heads up before the video starts. Don't be surprised about the quality differences between the videos we upload. Sometimes one will be good quality, other times it'll be poorer. One that's poor quality because we're uploading new and old car tutorial videos at the same time, but we've improved and recut the older ones, since a lot of the footage needed fixing and we wanted to bring them up to our current standards. What was unnecessary was cut out. And they're now being uploaded one after another. So, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss a video, and I'd say let's get back to the video. Really important, before you of course go to change the wheel bearing. First get the center nut off, because if that won't come off, then you've got relatively little chance of changing the wheel bearing, and it can be really stuck with a 24mm spline socket. And a breaker bar plus an extension and such, so I just loosened it for now. Drive shaft can come loose. Alright, that's off now. Once we remove the center nut, the drive shaft here becomes loose, and we can then undo the control arm bolts and the caliper bolts as well right away. Carrier, then lift the whole unit up. With a 16mm socket, we'll simply remove it. With a 21mm socket, this is really important now. Remove the caliper. And of course, don't let it hang from the brake hose. Don't leave it dangling from the brake hose, completely unsecured. And securely fasten it with a rope or some zip ties so it doesn't accidentally fall on us while we're working underneath, keeping it out of the way. Because we're probably going to have to knock the wheel bearing out here, and it could pretty easily slide away from us while we're working down underneath. The brakes were changed here recently, so that's why this is nice and smooth. It was even changed using copper paste, which you shouldn't do. But that's what happened here. And here we can already kind of see the wheel bearing, so we can get a decent look at its condition. That's what we're going to replace. Give it a quick spray. Now we'll take the control arm off, and from the other side we'll undo the bolts. Unfortunately, one of our lights broke. That's why you might not see anything now and then. Let's see. Take that off. Take the drive shaft off. and then we can already more or less start unscrewing here. Don't stress the hose. We should be able to reach this with the impact gun. Super important, make sure that the felt sits in here perfectly and snugly, and that the screws don't strip out on you. Otherwise, you'll end up with a really big problem. So always tighten them up so they hold. By the way, that's actually an M12 field sign. Remove the 4 screws. It's really important to thoroughly clean everything here before reassembly, but be careful. There's the ABS sensor, so don't damage it in any way. To make it sit nice and tight, file it down a little bit more. Here you can see the whole assembly again, clearly. So be careful if you heat anything up here to get the wheel bearing out. Take care when doing so. Watch out, you can melt or wreck the ABS sensor with that. So be careful with force, and same with a chisel or stuff like that. You can make some nasty gouges. Bend the whole thing and so on. Then it won't sit perfectly straight anymore, which obviously isn't good. So that's why. Be careful with it. If it's all clean, we can put the wheel bearing back in. Some new screws included. We'll torque the bolts too. 70 Newton meters and a further 90-degree turn as specified in the manual and service instructions. We've all ready. Hand tighten them for now, just to be safe. And always do it in a crisscross pattern. And a full 90 degrees. That's a little tricky to manage precisely right here though. Doable. So then we can put the whole thing here back. Together. So, then we will just screw this down securely. So, and tighten all the nuts down to 60 Newton meters exactly. I've of course degreased the discs. And the bolts for the brake caliper carrier get 175 Newton meters. And of course, the new central drive shaft bolt is absolutely essential and fully mandatory.
Yeah, guys, and this is roughly what it can look like when you want to change the wheel bearing in practice. Yeah, I really hope this video has helped one or two of you. All the important buy links and tools are linked down below. And yeah, of course, tighten the wheels, check the wheel bolts again after 50 kilometers, do a test ride to make sure nothing's rubbing or anything, because every now and then that can happen when you move it back and forth. So give it a careful final check before you go. Watch out, you might bend the heat shield a little, so be careful, and otherwise, if we forgot anything, feel free to go ahead and write it all down in the comments below. Drop any questions in the comments below. I'd say see you next time, take care, and thanks for watching. Bye.